Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Got a special video for you guys here today. It's the return of a video series I started earlier this year. It's Rebooking and Rebuilding Volume 2. I started this series and, it always interests me to go back and, what would happen if we did this, or what would happen if we changed this and this, or it went like this. So that's what I'm going to do here today. We're going to rebook and rebuild WrestleMania 18. The first video in this series was WrestleMania 16, WrestleMania 2000. I thought the card was overcrowded and things like that. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going to, do what I think is the proper, what I think should have happened, and change a couple of matches, get rid of a couple of matches, put a few people in, take a few out. Check it out, guys. Hit that like button, comment below. What would you have done differently? So we're still going to have it in Toronto. WrestleMania 18. I got my notes here. I think this match, or this WrestleMania, really needed to start. It started off good, I thought, but I'm going to have a classic wrestling match between Kurt Angle and Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. I heard this idea a while back from someone before, and, Kurt Hennig's return at the Royal Rumble in 2002 was awesome. I think him and Angle could have had a hell of a match at WrestleMania in the opener. So that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to have Kurt Hennig go over Angle and, have him, outsmart Kurt Angle. The wily veteran in Kurt Hennig outsmarting, Kurt Angle. Match number two, I'm going to have Goldust and Maven there for the hardcore title. I would still do the same thing they did there with the hardcore matches throughout the night. I like that stuff. Hardcore Championship being one of my favorites. Third match of the night, I'm going to have Booker T and DDP having a match. This feud could be over the fallout over WCW, and now these guys are duking it out there at WrestleMania. Fourth match of the night, which I really thought they should have had, Edge and Christian having a singles match at WrestleMania. Those two guys definitely needed a match. I'm going to have Edge go over there, which will lead into something later on in the night. Fifth match of the night, we're going to have Billy and Chuck defending the tag titles against the Hardy Boys. Give the Hardy Boys a nice WrestleMania moment, which they never got. With those TLC matches, they did the job both years in a row. Have the Hardys, etch their name in WrestleMania history. In the middle of the show, at the sixth match, I am going to put the undisputed title match, Triple H against Chris Jericho, with the same result. I'd give them a little bit more time. Triple H and Chris Jericho, I think that's the only thing they were lacking there, was a little bit more time, and just the crowd being so burnt out from Rock Hogan there. I think being put in the middle of the show definitely would have been better for Triple H and Jericho. seventh match, sorry. Ric Flair and The Undertaker. I really like that match. I'm going to keep that match. Eighth match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Scott Hall. Again, being a big Scott Hall fan, and I really like that match for what it was. I'd keep it the same with the same result. Have Kevin and X-Pac interfere. I would have had, Austin beating the NWO members on Raws leading up, and then finally beating Scott Hall at WrestleMania. So ninth match here, I'm going to have the team of William Regal, Lance Storm, and Test against RVD and the Dudleys. And here are we going to have Christian interfering and costing the Dudleys and RVD the match, officially forming the Un-Americans. I think this would have got over huge in Canada. And having this heel stable forming at WrestleMania, it's something that's never really been done before. So have that. I thought that was an awesome stable too. So have that stable form. 10th match of the night, Trish, Lita, and Jazz, that triple threat match for the women's title. I still would have kept that match the same, except I would have had Trish win the title in her hometown after what we just seen with the Un-Americans. Have Trish win the title, get the crowd pop a little bit. And in the main event of WrestleMania 18, I would have had The Rock and Hollywood Hulk Hogan in the main event. The same outcome, the same result. I think the match would have been awesome in the main event. Who knows what really happened there, but some politicking definitely went on that night. And Triple H and Jericho ended up going last. It was a disaster. The crowd was just burned out. I believe this event, it's approximately 4 hours long. So when you're sitting there for 4 hours, you definitely get tired and burned out. So I believe Hogan and Rock should have main evented WrestleMania 18. They're on the cover of the movie there. They were the two top stars, no doubt, in the company at that time. Nothing against Austin, nothing against Triple H or Jericho, but those two guys, Rock and Hogan, should have main evented. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Rebooking and Rebuilding WrestleMania 18. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment below. And, if you like this video, let me know if you have a suggestion. If you want me to, rebook or rebuild another WrestleMania or another pay-per-view in general. Thanks for checking out today, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.